Hello everyone. Serie is back, meaning Serie Fantasy is back right now, off of the long, over a month wait from the World Cup. Serie is about to kick off, and this is one of the last leagues to kick off after the break, which is somewhat nice because there's not a whole lot of players being rested from it, which as you saw in the other leagues there were. But we're going to get into our Game Week 16 team selection. Before we do that, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will jump right into it. Um, and so in net, the two keepers I have don't have great fixtures. We have Di Gregorio and against Fiorentina, Falcone against Lazio, so I'm going to trust Di Gregorio. Just a reminder that unfortunately this game was one of the few fantasy games that didn't have the free wild card. So I wasn't able to just change things willy-nilly. I did bank up on the one transfer, so I had two free transfers, which I did use both of them already, which we'll get to in a second. Um, but you couldn't just use a free wildcard or shuffle, I should say, for this game mode. Um, it was just either one, two, or you had to pay for extra. In the defense, we have Gigi, Dumfries, Tomori, and Bio. I'm confident in the Tomori clean sheet. Bio and Gigi, I'm somewhat confident. Those games could go either way, but it's definitely possible. Dumfries, I'm not confident in the clean sheet, but Dumfries is big for his attack and returns, hence his value. So that's why I chose that. I did sit Kim, as Kim's obviously a good defender, but against Inter, I'm gonna back Inter in this game and not play both, because then I basically know unless it's a nil-nil game, um, I'm not getting really any points. In the midfield, we have Deulofeu, Leao, and Anderson. Deulofeu had a great first 15 game weeks. I'm hoping that continues. Felipe Anderson, I brought in not too long before the break because he was playing striker with Immobile being out with injury. I don't think he will have that role anymore. I believe Immobile is back. He should still be part of the attack if he ends up falling out of favor based on Immobile returning. I might need to look to get rid of him. And then we got Leao in the middle, who's just been pretty consistent, pretty awesome. If you watch the short little video of Game Week 15 review that I just posted, um, he'll see he got 22 points for me as captain last week, so he's a reliable player. I'm looking to stick with him for now. Arnautovic still remains in the squad just as an attacker. I know it's against Roma. I don't think I'm going to switch him out. If I did, it would probably be for Kvaratskhelia or Barella. Maybe Barella if I'm backing Inter. Um, he's probably one of the ones that I'm not really expecting anything from this game week. But then my two sevens, I did transfer out two strikers. One of them being Beto, who just seemed to be coming off the bench a lot. The other being Lautaro Martinez. And while I may come to regret that, he didn't really play that well in the World Cup, to be truly honest. He may be just one of those immobiles that is a good club player and a not so great player for country. Sure, he hit a couple penalties, fine. Um, but I'm going to go with Immobile, who's pretty consistent. And big reason is I don't know if Lautaro Martinez is still being rested or not. I don't know how long that would be. I'd imagine maybe just this game week, which would be fine. But generally, when Immobile is healthy, I want him in my team. And if he gets injured again, I'll have the money to buy whoever I want. Jovic is a bit more taking a chance on. I had him at the very start of the season. He hasn't been great this year. Full disclosure, I did read a wrong fixture list, and it looked like Fiorentina was going to have great fixtures coming up. And then I realized it was the one from 2021. So pretty rookie mistake there. Um, so that is part of the reason why I got brought in. I don't hate the decision still. He's cheaper and at least me allows me to still have, I think, a little money in the bank. Um, so yeah, so like I don't hate the decision. He'll be starting against Monza, and yes, some okay fixtures coming up. And if I need to transfer him out, I'll transfer him out. So it wasn't an ideal situation, but it is what it is. I'm sticking with it. And yeah, there's not a lot of teams with like really prominent fixtures right now, so I'm just gonna ride this team out for now and see what happens. Maybe even bank a transfer in the next game week as well, just so I have more flexibility. Okay. As for a top five this week, again, it's not very, very clear cut. I would say Leao is still in form. I thought he had a good World Cup and playing for Milan against the Salernitana team. he's someone that you could definitely bring in. Immobile, Lazio's fixtures are kind of decent, not anything to call home about, but I would say Immobile is always someone to have in your squad. Someone that I think is coming off of a very good World Cup is Angel Di Maria. I would say to get him in, and I do think he might be rested this upcoming week just because he made played the entire World Cup all the way to the final. Um, but in the future, I do think that he will be an important player for Juve, especially as Vlahovic seems to be out right now. So with Moise Kean and Chiesa in the lineup, and I honestly would rather Di Maria even playing up front over Milik. I know he's supposed to be on the left side where about Kostic is, but I have a feeling they're going to try to fit on Di Maria more. So there's another player. Um, Dumfries, I would say, is one bad fixture this week. But Inter's fixtures will get better. So I will say Dumfries could be a good option as well with attacking returns. He had an okay World Cup. Holland didn't do great. But he did have a big part to play in that squad. And lastly, and I'm gonna bet that he continues playing the way he can, and I think his price will and continue to rise. Kvaratskhelia, I would say don't sleep on him. He is going to come back with vengeance, well rested. So that's who my five are going to be. Immobile, Leao, Dumfries, Kvaratskhelia, and Di Maria. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the video. Actually, sorry, one more thing that I just wanted to show is I forgot to do this in the review video. This is where we are. Where are we here? Going into or after the World Cup, we still have Team Napolitano up top by 36 points over the Milan Wolves. It got a lot tighter after that, and I'm creeping up in 10th here, where I'm only 10 points behind seventh, 15 points behind sixth, and it gets close from there. So I'm working my way back up, and I know you've commented on a couple of them, Khaled, but I'm coming for you, Team Napolitano. Okay, take care, have fun, and let me know what you think in the comments below.